Hi boxing fans, this is Ben, and this is my review of the Mikkel Kessler Andre Ward fight. I have to say, this is one of those fights where, as I was watching it, my jaw was literally on the floor. I think the last time that happened was at the beginning of the year when Shane Mosley knocked out Antonio Margarito, and I was just hugely impressed by Ward. I did predict he would win if you look at my preview video, but I predicted it would be a close split decision fight. I never expected anything like this. I could barely find even one round to give to Kessler. What Ward did so well is that he jumped on Kessler straight away. Kessler is the kind of guy who needs a rhythm to get going. He needs to establish his jab. Once he's established his jab, then he throws the big right hand. That never happened. Never happened because Ward was constantly on his case. If you look at the beginning of the majority of the rounds, Ward, he just jumps on Kessler straight away, is all over him, especially on the inside, tying him up, and also he caught Kessler with a load of flush shots right in the face. Kessler showed an excellent chin, without a doubt. He did look wobbly and maybe once, but now I'd like to talk about the cut situation. A lot of people on the boxing forums aren't happy with Andre Ward's liberal use of the headbutt. I do agree that he was a bit dirty. I think it was part of his game plan to rough Kessler up. Don't have too much problem with tying up, that's part of the game, but he came in with his head a few times and Kessler got off, clearly got off worse with it. He had two bad cuts on either side, on both eyes, and although that resulted in the fight being stopped and going to points, and even though I do agree with those people who are not happy entirely with Ward's tactics in terms of the headbutts, I don't think it would have changed the outcome of this fight. Even before the headbutts, Ward was beating Kessler quite easily, and it didn't have a significant bearing on the result. Now, Kessler looked like a man who was just completely shocked and overwhelmed by what had happened in there. He looked bewildered at times. He couldn't cope with Ward's speed. That's why I went for Ward in my preview video, because I could see that Kessler had trouble with Calzaghe's speed, and I think at this stage Ward is even faster than Calzaghe. Where does Kessler go from here? Well, he's got Carl Froch in his next fight. That's a completely different matchup. As long as he isn't affected mentally by it, then he has a great chance against Froch, because that's going to be more of a slugfest between two guys who are more stationary and don't have the footwork someone like Ward, or in Froch's case, he doesn't have the footwork of Durrell, his last opponent. Where does Andre Ward go from here? Well, he's got to be one of the favourites now, up there with Arthur Abraham. After assessing the first group stage, those two have to be the favourites. His next fight is against Jermaine Taylor, if Jermaine Taylor continues in the competition, and that'll certainly be an interesting one. Where is Taylor at mentally, even physically? But Ward, he's hugely impressive, and he's taken the next step in his career. He's taken his career to a new level now. Alright, leave me your comments. Let me know what you think about the fight, what you think about Ward's headbutts, how you think Kessler looked. Was it just a case of Kessler being overwhelmed by a guy too fast for him? Or is Kessler past his absolute prime? It's always difficult to tell. Sometimes people jump to conclusions, but we'll see over the course of time. Thanks for watching, guys, and thanks for the comments. See you soon.